What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Rimworld. Hope you've had a good weekend. Wanted to play, wanted to play a little more of this game this weekend, man. But things just didn't really turn out to be very accommodating for me. Not really in a bad way. It's just that I never really felt like messing with this stuff, man. Because, I mean, don't get me wrong, I love this game and I could play it all day if I wanted to. But there's other things besides computer games, right? There was a Trump rally last night, UFC, and some TV shows and movies and stuff that I was kind of binging on. So, I mean, you know how it goes, right? But no, man, this game's really, really fun. If I could play it every day, I would. Despite the fact that sometimes it really pisses me off too. I mean, I wouldn't even really be surprised. And by the way, this is going to be a short episode tonight. Thinking maybe an hour. I've actually got some food in the oven right now, so I might wind up having to kind of hop back and forth here in a bit. But um, I wouldn't be surprised if within the next 15 minutes there's a conduit explosion. Okay, I'm calling it. I hope I'm wrong, but I wouldn't be surprised if I'm right. Because it seems as if this AI has the tendency of creating conduit explosions within the first whatever amount of time that you wind up having after you start a load or after you load a game up that's been saved. Or at least that's been my experience, man. Maybe I'm just, you know, kind of getting hung up on things, but anyway, doing a quick scan of the area to see if there's anything worth taming or hunting. Not really seeing a whole lot, and I think I've already got those designated to be hunted. Hope your day's been going good. Up here in Indiana, man, we've been having some pretty good weather. I think it was around mid 60s, I think. Mid to lower 60s. Not a cloud in the sky. And it's beginning to finally feel like fall, too, which is my favorite time of the year. Hold on a second, I gotta clear my throat. Okay. You'll have to forgive me, I had some chips before I started the game up. Some soda. Okay, so where are we? We're still wrapping this stuff up over here. And since I'm building new over there, I'm beginning to kind of wonder what the virtue is of hanging on to any of this. We are going to have this done here before too long. What's going on here? Okay. Do I have to select that? And a pyromaniac. Ugh. Jeez. Why no? Do you mean to tell me there's nothing else that I can select from? That's bullshit. Yeah, sucks, man. Jiminy Christmas. Wait a minute. Well, I suppose if I do that, I won't. Screw it. Yeah, that sucks. Anyway, if you haven't been following along, just to give you a lowdown of what we're doing right now, this is basically an outdoor, I don't really know what you would really call it. And by the way, in the future, there's a high likelihood that this will eventually get changed at some point. But for now, this is gonna act as our outdoor butchering center, if you will. And it's kind of combined with this storage area out here. the biggest thing that the biggest reason for this is because I don't want my slaughtered, or dead animals, the stuff that I'm gonna plan on slaughtering, to be sitting out here. And I thought to myself, well, okay, what's a good way to do that? And that's basically the brainchild of this. So, or this is the brainchild of that. So with that being said, let's second here, right here. Oh, it's already built, planned. So this is going to be the drop zone of dead animals and stuff, and there's going to be 4 steel butcher tables. Pretty straightforward. Now, the one thing about this is that I've got these 2 ACs here that are set to -4 degrees. That way nothing in here spoils. And there's a high likelihood that that'll get changed, because if a bunch of people are going to be out here chopping stuff up, sooner or later they're probably going to wind up complaining about being cold. And if that happens, what I'll do is I'll move these down to like right here maybe, and maybe enclose this off and put a little heater in here or something like that, that way they're not freezing. But besides that, though, I mean, this out here, I think, is just going to be used for food, if I remember right. Yeah, it's going to be nothing but food. Minus the hay, I think. I don't think I wanted that in here. I think everything else, though, is good. So, that's what's going on with all this. Now, what I said earlier about this possibly changing in the future coincides with the idea about what I've been speaking about in the past couple episodes about the wall here. So as you can see, I've used or embraced a circular type of layout with the base here, with the initial idea being that I was going to put 2 rows of these uranium slug turrets all around the entire perimeter. And I think for the time being, I'm still going to do that. But at some point in the future, what I'm thinking I'm still going to wind up probably doing is building another wall out here somewhere that basically does the same thing with the circle, except it's going to be built out of slate. And I'm going to wind up moving these or building more out there outside of that outermost wall. The reason for that is because it would give me more building space to make more rooms and things like that. But that's going to be in the future, I think, because right now I just don't feel like messing with that. And I just don't know yet. I don't know what I'm going to do with that. I've been kind of crunching on that for a while. I need to think about it some more. What do we got here? Bullet trade beacon. Okay, so anyway, I think, if I remember right, Kaufman is one of my kitchen detail people. Yeah, so we need to include the new butchering station to the cooking detail. Zone, expand zone. Alright, let's do this. Right there. And what I think I'm going to do, I'm going to there, here. Is there any reason that I should put another path leading over here? Because I don't think there is. Excuse me. Can't think of any reason why I would want that. Because there's nothing in this little outdoor storage area that I'm going to ever need, I think. So yeah, I don't think I'm going to... Well, hold on a second here. It would be nice to be able to let them... go over Okay. That being said, we need to figure out exactly what those current bills are over here. Butcher creature and make kibble. Okay. Butcher creature, I mean, and make kibble. Do until you have. Okay. One thing I wish I could do is somehow copy the bills and apply it to all of the others. Fortunately, I don't think I can do that. Creature. Make kill. Creature. Make kill. All right. I think that's all we need. Did I take care of this? All right. There's an awful lot of stuff always going on around here. Never a dull moment. looks like we're basically done now with this. Which is pretty awesome. One thing though here is how the hell did he even get in there? We could use some lights in here though too. Let's see if we can't figure that out. What do we got here? Psychic drone and Romeo. 66-year-old plank cutter named Romeo is calling for help. He's hiding from a vengeful machine persona who he recently offended. He wants to flee and join you out. Blah blah blah. If he joins, the machine mind will blast Luminous. High level psychic drone. 6.4 days, reducing mood of all males. Is this guy worth it? No, I'm not doing that. It's too risky. He's probably actually pretty good too, but I'm not risking it. Not gonna do it. Okay, I'm gonna check on my dinner and I'll be right back. Almost done. Okay. Silver. I didn't realize I had that. Where is Alo? Alo, there you are. I love it when this happens. I think if I remember right, she was causing some problems because I think she was going around trying to light things on fire. Whenever I have anybody that does that kind of crap, I immediately go and arrest them But then I immediately also let him loose too, and I guess I just kind of forgot to do that with her. One thing we need to do right now. Yeah, I can get Kaylin. Those damned animals are gonna. Oh well, that's one way to feed your animals. You would think though that there'd be some sort of logic that would prevent people from just dropping stuff in the middle of doorways. I hate it when they do that, man. Ooh, what do we got here? Kenzo. 59 years old. He's gonna die in 6 hours. Damn. Go. Social. Ooh, 15 and crafting. Oh my god. We have got to get this guy. Who is out there? Okay, Matthews. Drop everything you're doing right now. Does he have medicine? Yes. Should I do this? Go ahead and rescue. Gotta keep an eye on this. 6 hours. I think he'll make it. Matthews, you can do it. 5 hours. Come on, dude. Kalen, no, we don't want Kalen doing that. Okay, jeez, here we go. Bio, how is he on medicine? Is there anybody around here? Where's Alo? Ugh. Alo, there he is. Okay, yeah, we want him doing it. Ah, yes. All right. This is great, man. So it's a he, right? Yeah, he is really great on crafting. Boom, boom. So that means then that we've got another crafter, ladies and gentlemen. And it's kind of uncanny that yes, good. It's kind of uncanny that a guy with really high crafting skills drops out of the air because I was literally just thinking about how I would love to have a third crafter. So this changes things a bit, I'm thinking. And I don't know yet how I'm going to wind up changing things around, but we're going to do something here. And I'm thinking, how can I do this? So if I move some things around in here, I might be able to get a third, uh, what are these things called again? Fabrication benches. I might be able to get a third fabrication bench. Something kind of like this design, kind of like that. Maybe just put it like that. I mean, and then move some of these other things around a bit. But I'm thinking we can make that happen. It's going to be a little cramped, which I'm not too thrilled about, but you got to do what you got to do, you know? It's the only other option. I mean, what? I don't know if there's really any other options. At least not right now. Maybe in the future we can kind of change some things around, but hmm, how could we do this? How could we do this? It's out here like so. It's like that. It's like that. I'll be able to do that once that gets moved. And then, and then I think what I can do is move this just right underneath there. I'll have to do something about this though. Yeah, I think I'm gonna do that though, and and then once he gets better, I'm gonna put him on full-time workshop detail. This is gonna be good, man. And since he's already at a 15, that's gonna put him basically right where I think Omar used to be whenever he first joined us. It's gonna be great. That is just what the doctor ordered, man. Okay, so now let's see if we can move. Let's get some of these things out of here. Just put them right there, I guess, for now. Somewhere. We can put some of those out here. Just right here. Another game I've been playing offline is this game called Horizon's Gate. It's really kind of an interesting game. I mean, it's got some good things and some bad things about it, but to make a long story short, Horizon's Gate is kind of like Final Fantasy, except it seems to center on uh, boat sailing, and I don't really understand it. I mean, whenever I think about uh, Rimworld, I think about how strange of a game it is because of the weird focus it seems to have on the subject matter that it focuses on. Well, Horizon's Gate is a lot like that. I don't know if any of you guys know him, but Ian Crossland, one of the co-hosts on Timcast IRL, he kind of exposed me to it because I was watching one of his live streams one day, and he was sitting there playing this game that looked a lot like Final Fantasy. And whenever I first looked at it, because the players or the characters in the game and stuff, they look a lot like Final Fantasy characters. And whenever I first started watching him play it, I was like thinking to myself, "Wait a minute, what is he playing?" Because it looked a lot like that Nintendo game. Well, I asked him in the chat, and he said it was this game called Horizon's Gate. and it's really really cool. I mean, it's it's fun in somewhat small doses. It's not the kind of game that you want to play all the time, but in general, it is a pretty fun game because you do a lot of exploring and stuff like that, and you can level your characters up on things, and um, fighting, in my opinion, is a little funner than what the Final Fantasy equivalent is, because in this game you actually have a little more actionable involvement in the fighting, as to where with Final Fantasy it's more like you just kind of designate an action for the characters to take, and then you watch them do it. As to where with this, um, it's it's how do I even explain it? You can actually take part in. I don't know, man. You can take part in it more than you can with the Final Fantasy game. You'll just have to go look it up one of these days. Again, it's called Horizon's Gate, and look it up on YouTube, and you'll see what I'm kind of talking about. But you have more control over things like formations and weaponry, and like I said, it's not a perfect game. I mean, there's things about it that I'm not crazy about, but in terms of like exploration and certain kinds of mechanics that you have with arming your boats and things like that, it's a really really fun game from a lot of that kind of stuff. I'm gonna let this run on slow mo again because I need to go check my food again. I'll be right back. Sorry about that. I'm cooking some salmon in the oven, and the way I cook it, I don't know about you guys, but the way I cook salmon is I love crispy skin. I don't get rid of the skin, and I was trying to make sure that I did it right, because basically the formula I use is that I set it to 450 degrees and leave it in there for about 30 minutes, and then there's like an additional 7 minutes or so that I broil it, and it really does a pretty awesome job on the crispiness of the skin. You need to watch it pretty carefully though, because if you don't stay on top of it, you can burn the hell out of everything. Anyway, I'm gonna let it cool off. I figure by the time we reach one hour, it'll be ready to eat. So anyway, yeah, make sure to check out Horizon's Gate. It's a pretty neat game. If you're looking for something different to kind of mess with, I don't know really much about it, to be honest. I think it's a new game, but I just started playing it a couple days ago, and so far I've really had a lot of fun with it. Okay, so now we're going to wind up having that moved over here, and I need to figure out what I'm going to do with this hopper. Not sure I know yet. What we might do is build another one of these flush on the back side, and then put this maybe like right over here somehow. But see, it's stuff like this that made me consider building that outermost ring again. Because if I did that, man, just think about the amount of space I would have. Like if I put the outermost ring, like say for example, this is where it would be, the outermost wall. Think about all that space that I'd have to be able to do stuff with. New workshops, new growing bins, or basins, or whatever those things are called, could do all sorts of stuff. Say nothing about the potential for some more solar panels. The good news, though, about the solar panels is that I really don't think I need them, or I don't think I need more of them. I mean, But one thing I always try to do whenever I'm playing this game is diversify my power sources. You know, because see, as you can see up here, I've got a few of these thermal generators or geothermal generators throughout the area. But I've got some water mills. I've got a few of these wind turbines, and you know, you saw all of the solar panels too. So I don't really think I'm I don't think there's a whole lot to worry about in terms of power. So I can move that. Okay. Let's see here. So if we reinstall it like so. Let's see here. Like so. Then we can basically, I think, reinstall this over here when the time comes. I don't know if I want to do that just yet, though. Figure it out at some point. There we go. Okay. Now let's pause and think this through here. So right now, that thing's connected to basically all of these things. If I move it over here, it's going to be connected to only a few. The thing that kills me about these damn things is that you can't reinstall them. Because if I could reinstall them, then what I would actually do, which would be way more ideal, is move this one over here a ways, this one in the center, and then make a third over in here. But I don't want to do that because you can't freaking move the damn things. They're just kind of stuck where they are. I hate that about these things. I'm just gonna go ahead and do that, man. To get some of that shirt or whatever it is that he's working on. Alright, so let's get him figured out now. So is he incapable of fighting back? Looks like he might be. Yeah. Which isn't really that big of a deal. Just as long as he can at least do self-doctoring. Looks like he can't. So let's look at his schedule. Kenzo. Let's get this taken care of. Okay, there's that. And Kenzo, I want him to have what's it called here? It's a workshop detail. Okay. as his actual work is concerned. Let's look at this. Construct stuff. 15, 15, 15. Yeah. Good deal. Do not want infrastructure. Yes. I'm going to put him up there with Espinosa on this thing. I mean, I can remember how that's done. I think it's with the right mouse and drag. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so there's Omar and there's Kenzo. Cool, man. You're looking good. So now these are my 3 crafter guys: Espinosa, Omar, and Kenzo. And Espinosa, blah blah blah. Okay. Smithing, tailoring. Don't want him to tailor, or do I? Guess not. Just stick to this stuff. Okay. I think we're good. Now, see, one thing I'm noticing right now is that it's kind of calm right now, and it's always calm before some sort of damn catastrophe happens. It's not very good. I don't think that's necessarily a catastrophe, though. Okay, who is helping her? Pickle. Where's Pickle? God, I hate having to look in the... There he is. There she is. Why on earth would we have her? Where's Olga? Or not Olga, I wish there was an easier way to look for people. It's so confusing. It's creamed in. Oh, I wanted... Decremating. Oh, must be that. It's Faye. Faye needs some pants. Spinoza's is working on some of that stuff. I don't know where he's at on it. do that. About 10 of those. These. A few of these too. These. If we ever get another bulk good trader in town, we'll have a pretty good amount of stuff, I think, to offset. Because once my clothing quality on any article of clothing reaches 50% or less, that's when I begin to sell them off. Maybe we should put a heater out here. Well, maybe not. I think I had planned on moving this. I do. I don't know really where I'm going to move it. So, okay, why is Faye sleeping right there? Some mirrors. What's crazy is that I've got. How many people do I have now? 39, I guess. And I think there's at least 2 females in the colony that are currently pregnant. I can't remember which ones are. I mean, it's gotten to a point where I can't remember even who the children are, or who the parents are and stuff. Which is kind of cool, I'm not complaining. It's one of those things. It's hard to stay on top of everything. Okay, we got some stuff to figure out here. Should I do this? Okay, to start with, we've got some boomalopes to let loose. Mr. and Mr. So there's 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, let's get rid of 10 of these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Let's go replace those. Okay, so there's that. Now, as far as these guys over here are concerned, what are we gonna do here? Food's getting a little tight, so let's go ahead and institute, I think, a new muffalo careful here, because this is where we can mess some things up. Try to get an idea about any males. What I think I'm going to do is have at least default of 2 male adults, which is what it's kind of looking like here, but I don't think that's accurate because I think there's how we set it. So 2 male adults, maybe 1 of these. So we'll have 2 to impregnate the females, 1 male, 1 young male on backup, basically. And let me see here. Let's just keep it at that for now. Yeah, see, they're going to wind up butchering a few of those. I don't want to overdo it. They have some clothes on now, pants, I mean. Look at how fast Gab's building. It's insane. Alright. Okay, so now that we've got a 3rd crafting bench, or fab bench, let's see here. So, making components. What should we put right here? There's a few things that we could probably make. I think we should probably make some armor, though. Those freaking things are expensive. Which is the best? Is it Phoenix armor? So, it's insane. I think I'm going to worry about that right now. But what should we set on here, though, man? That's kind of what I'm trying to figure out here. Let's do this. Let's make some learning assistants. Let's do 10 of these and 10 of these. Some bionic legs, some arms. These 2. So, those are legs, right? Yeah. Legs, 2 arms. Bionic tongue? What the hell? spine. Let's make 2 of those. Okay. I think charge rifles. Yeah, we've got some bill on that already. I think we'll leave it at that for now. Surprisingly, whenever I click on this and look down here, it's actually saying that everything's very spacious, which is kind of surprising. I was thinking they were going to complain about that. It's looking pretty good though. What's Kenzo doing? Yes, bulk goods, baby. Stratospheric Interstellar. Okay, where is my person for this? Kaufman. What's she doing? She's cooking some food. Marble chunks. Well, I think I'll go ahead and leave that there. I can see marble coming up and being useful at some point. Alright. So let's see what we got here. We got 2,500. Let's get the stuff that we need first. We've got 23 standard. Is that 28 or 26 advanced? Some med. Let's see here. Get up. Get rid of her. Got a Mr. and Mrs. Cal, don't I? Yeah. Okay, good. Okay. Those. Get rid of some of these, man. I'm starting to get overloaded. Okay, so there's that. Devil Strand. wish I could sell these things. For some reason, they never want to buy them. Good. Okay, here's some of the clothes. Let's get rid of some of this crap. Yeah, let's get rid of that. Some of those. I think that's all I'm gonna do out of that. We're at 500. Oh shit. 500 of that. Let's get rid of 1,000 of that. What I always try to do is I always try to make it to where I'm always earning something every single time I get a, trader in orbit. Neutroamine. I gotta look into making medicine. I've been meaning to do that for a while. I just keep forgetting to do it though. Okay, I think this is all I'm gonna buy and sell. So yeah, I think we're looking pretty good, man. So we got a Mr. and Mrs. Yak, right? There's Mrs. Yak, but where's Mr. Yak? Yeah, he's there. Okay. Alright, yep, we're good. We're beginning to overflow with stuff, though. So I tell you what, man, I think this is where I'm going to end it, because my food now is probably cooled enough to be eaten, and I'm getting kind of hungry. It's getting kind of late, too. So that's where we're going to end it. In the next episode, what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to focus on Kenzo getting into the flow of things, making sure that he's set. What is that? Oh, that's that desk. Making sure that he's set. And then what? Because I told myself wasn't really sure I wanted to keep building these things, but I'm thinking that might be what I'm going to wind up doing. Because the more we get these things built, and the more we consistently equip all of our colonists with a minimum standard of what are those things again? Charge rifle, as well as maybe some sort of armor, the sooner we can start getting some of those diabolical thingamajiggers summoned, so that we can get closer and closer to having those damn toxic waste pack disposal units. Because I don't want to start making mech rechargers until I have those. But once I have about 4 of those, then I'll wind up at a point where I'm going to start really focusing on stacking my base and colony up with a lot of those bots. So I think that's probably what we'll wind up doing in the next episode, or trying to focus on it at least. Set these to 10. Buffalo. Is there anything else around here? think so. Is that steel? Really? It's interesting. Some gold. Happy to see some of these things that are out here, though, finally being mined. I'm waiting on them to do that. Man, look at all this freaking chem fuel that we have. It's nuts. See, that's another reason that I want to freaking get some of these bots built, man, because they've got specific mechs that you can use to transport stuff or to walk around and, like, pick things up like this. I can only imagine how much I actually have, because you got to remember, I believe, unless I'm mistaken, that the counts that you see over here only reflects the inventory that you have that's in your storage, not like stuff that's just like sitting out on the ground. At least I think. I might be wrong on that, but I'm pretty sure that's how that goes. And if that's true, then that would mean then that we have 10,000 in our shells, excluding all of these freaking things out here. And there is a shit ton out here. So it's, it's hard it's hard to say what all we have actually. Okay. Anyway, short but sweet episode. Let's go ahead and do a save. Save Skipoo. Got a new colonist. Made a good trade, and it's a good way to end it. So again, man, I meant to play the game a little more this weekend. Just didn't get around to it, man. Just working on other things. So I'll try to fix that this week. Hopefully, if as long as everything goes smooth. I mean, with stupid work and everything, you know how it goes. So anyway, I will see you when I see you, and I hope you guys stay safe and have a good week. And more to come. Later.